What do we have here?
What do we have here? He even set me up there, gentlemen. No, do you know what we have here, Catcher? It's a false potato! Yes, it is. Also, it's a false potato. Okay. Oh. This is going to be sad, isn't it? Dingo's Legacy. My name's Cunning, and I'm the editor-in-chief of the gossip rag Meld. There's something I've got to tell you about Dingo Brad. Used to work here. If you're interested, come to the second floor of the Orwell Cafe. I'll make this an official false potato, just in case. Meld EIC Cunning. Ooh. This looks like an important quest though, right? I saw a red exclamation mark. I ain't smelling the usual scent. Yes, okay. He can no longer smell the ink, so we're good. Oh damn, someone's stuck in my throat. Again! Van. That reporter friend of yours used to work at Meld, right? The biggest gossip rag in Calvert. Didn't know you were tight with the editor-in-chief. I'm not. Dingo's mentioned him before, but I've never met the guy. Oh, I'm getting confused with... I was thinking of coming. I'm not me. I know that word, what that word sounds like, but there's a character, there's a waitress in that Eastern restaurant called Coming, right? That's not me trying to be rude, but I thought that was what we were talking about. Uh-oh. Oh dear. But I've never met the guy. Supposed to be a bit of a headache to deal with, so I've tried to keep it that way too. But looks like my luck just ran out. Really think we should meet him? I wonder if he's there already. The Orwell Cafe is just over there. Let's go meet with the guy once we have the chance. Okay, it's not saying that it is a forced cheat. Okay, it's not saying, you know, if you proceed with this mission, the day's over type deal. So this is another forced cheat. Why are you saying good grief? It's a good thing. We like forced cheats, don't we, ladies and gentlemen? Yeah, we like them. Oh dear. Let's go. Who calls themselves middle-aged man? That's a weird name. God damn it. Who calls a kid middle-aged man? I dubbed the middle-aged man. No. You really did come. I know I made a joke a couple of times, but I find it funny, so I'm going to repeat it. You really did come. Not that I didn't trust Dingo at all. Screenshot. Also, your face I do not trust already. That's a good start. The name Van's Arcride. Represent him. I take it you're Meld's editor-in-chief. Yep, that's me. Me and Dingo go back about 7 years. Tell me a lot about you. Sounds like you were real busy over in Orashion too. Hey, no clue what you're on about. Nothing happened. Yes. Thought there would be no reports about us being involved with it. There won't. Well, Dingo had all the info, right? So I think Meld's got some contacts. There won't. The authorities are keeping it a secret. They're probably just saying that to get under our skin. Heh, well, whatever. It's not getting an article, so I'm not interested. I called you here for one of those... My voice went really high then. Apologise. Of yours. Nothing more, nothing less. The gist of it is that I want you to help me look for Dingo's notebook. Oh, damn. Oh? What's this about? You suspect that he had a notebook containing information he gathered as a reporter. More like as an information dealer. Nailed it. Both, actually. I first heard about it a few weeks ago, just before he headed off to Creil. I could tell he was chasing a dangerous scoop of some kind, so I jokingly asked if he had a will ready yet. Oh, you jinxed it. It's entirely his fault. Oh. Look at us now. It didn't really occur to me, not even for a second, that this would happen to him just 4 days later. He laughed at it at the time and said one thing to me. The closest thing I have to a will is my notebook. Ooh, this is going to be depressing. I've left it with a trusted source, so if anything happens to me, send out a false petit. I'm not going to repeat the shouting again, because it's annoying to edit. Anyway. Wait a second. So this is the third memento of his. Top of the video and the camera. We don't have that notebook ourselves. Blah, 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 blah. We don't have that notebook ourselves though. Sorry, voice is going. Sorry if that's what you were hoping for. Oh, I never thought you did. I suspect you're the only one who could track it down. Dingo seemed to trust you more than anyone. Would Marielle have it? I mean, he would trust Marielle. Maybe he gave it to her, but she doesn't realise, I don't know. So I suspect that's the way he wanted it to play out too. Oh my. The authorities have got everything that happened in Creil down on lock. No matter are dead and gone. Don't jinx it, okay? So I can't imagine there'd be anything worth writing an article about in it to begin with. Which means it's not worth my while hunting down. You could just hunt it down because he's your friend, but no, he's a douche. But I can't just go and ignore his words about it. So here we are. I put up the money for you to find this thing. My last gift to him. So what's it going to be, Spriggan? You going to go find Dingo's notebook? Or not? No. And this is the only Force Fatigue I'm going to turn down the entire game. No, of course I'm going to do it. Oh, it's grey. Okay. Yes, I'll do your Force Pajama, dude. We'll take the job. You got anything else you want to share? Maybe he said something more about this trusted source of his, for example. Heh, yeah, I remember telling him that was nowhere near enough info to find the thing myself. Only hint he gave me was that it's with people who know about as much about my past as you do. I think he was in with a bad crowd, right? In his younger days? I don't know. Way to pique my interest. I'm Aaron. That was random, wasn't it? I wonder what Dingo's past was like. I've only heard bits of it myself. How much do you know? Even less than you do, I suspect. I know he used to live in Messeldon before ending up in the capital 7 years ago. That's about it. Wait, didn't Dantes act like he knew him?
It's been some time since we last met, Dingo Brad. Though we did cross paths in Tharbad, albeit briefly.
Wait, how did you know he said that, Ferry? We weren't there, right? Ferry, what powers do you have? I mean, we only saw the camera picture, right?
If we exclude that little encounter, I haven't seen you since your days as a mere informant.
How do we know he said this? Was Dingo taping it all? I don't know. Sorry.
And you were still Enrique's second in command back then.
He said, how do we know this? Said something along those lines when they were talking in that video. Oh, so he recorded everything. Okay. I was going to say, Falcom, I was a bit like, Ferry's got mystical powers or something. Alright, we'll see what we can dig up with that info then. Good luck. Anyway, my break's over. I'm going to get back to work on finding scoops for the festival. I'll give you my number. Just give me a call if you'd find it. I'll wire you the money if you do. It can be my way of honouring Dingo's death. Got it? We'll take it from here. Ooh. Screen shop. So, what's the plan here? Don't exactly have a lot of info to go off of. Only clue we have is that it's someone that knows about as much about Dingo as that guy does. That rules out Jack and Belmonte. And Van, obviously. God damn it. Again, now it lags. It doesn't lag for 6 hours, but now we're at full speed, and now it's like, oh, this is too much. Oh, and Ren too. Yeah, an information dealer's probably out of the question here. And so is anyone with as many connections as Ren has. And people like Nina and I know even less than that editor-in-chief does. Dingo was a very private person. Went both ways. It honestly surprised me to see a gossip magazine reporter being so considerate. That's just how Dingo was. Jack, Belmonte and I try not to pry into his past either, mind you. But something must have happened between Dingo and Dantes while he was still in Messeldon. Can we go there? You said, can we go? He left the city after whatever that was, ending up in the capital and becoming a reporter right after. Don't know any details, but I imagine we'll get out of this knowing a whole lot more than we came in with. We're going to be unearthing what he tried to bury this whole time. All the burdens he carried by himself. Van, you don't look like you're about to back down though. Goddamn right, no. I like Dingo. I want to make sure his legacy's intact, you know what I'm saying? Heck, no way. A job's a job. And I'm nothing if I can't see his kind of shit through. But anyway, I think of at least one person who'd fit the bill for this job that won't be a pain in the ass to meet up with. Oh? It's not an information dealer, mind you. But she was close to Marielle, right? Boom. I can't be the only one who immediately thought of her. We all did. You thought of it as well, right? It's Marielle. I like Marielle. Oh! Good damn fairy, you got it in the end. A rookie reporter who's still unwise to the ways of the underworld. And we're going to meet her then. Yeah, let's head on over to Tyrell Times. Don't think a meeting with her will be all that hard to get, as long as she's not out of the office. Right. Ooh. Well that was dramatic. Oh damn it, that bastard. Oh. Yeah, I'd be pissed as well. That bastard up and left us with the bill. What a douche. Got it pretty sly if you're going to be running the biggest gossip mag in the country. Well, it's the least we could do for him since he brought us to... No, we're working for him, right? No, we're not... God damn it. Since he brought us to our attention... We didn't actually lose money, did we? No, okay. As long as we actually don't lose money, I'm fine with it. Well, let's go to... Is this the main quest? It's telling me to... I don't want to, you know, miss out on 3 time points, but I think I should be fine. Oh, can we finally go underground? Is this finally going to happen? I've been wanting to go down here since, like, chapter 2. I want to see. It's triggering me that there's a door and a pathway that I can't go in.
Cold ice cream.
I would love some ice cream, my darling, but it's actually a storm here, and it was snowing earlier, so no. It's very cold. Hello, Marielle. Oh, hey guys, good to see you again. Need something with the paper? Not this time. Came here to talk to you, Marielle, because you are the chosen one. I had a very weird noise in my headphones. Give it to you straight. We're working on a foreseeable Jeep involving Dingo and need your help. What? You are? Am I recording? I forgot for a moment. What sort of request is it? Please tell me. To put it simply, you talked to Meld's editor-in-chief, Mr. Cunning. That's not a good name, my dude. You keep making me want to say another word, and I won't, because I get in trouble. Dingo told me about him before, but I never had the chance to meet him in person. He said he wants you to find Dingo's notebook? That's right. Do you remember Dingo ever talking to you about that thing, by any chance? Doesn't have to be anything direct or explicit. Anything you happen to remember him saying will help. Actually, we didn't just talk about it before. I've seen that notebook with my own eyes. Always count on Marielle, goddamn. Plus her infinite luck skill is always very helpful. Boom, boom, boom. Say what? How did that happen? As I'm sure you'll notice, when he was alive, I tended to barge in on him while he was trying to work and stuff. I didn't notice that at all. No, I never noticed that. No. One day while we were having lunch, I was asking him for advice on how to interview people, and he was writing stuff in this black leather notebook. I asked him what it was since I was curious. He told me it's where he jots his info down, both for his reporting work and his info broker stuff. It definitely sounds like what we're after. At least now we can confirm that it's real. I got a little whiny and tried to get him to show me his notes, but of course he refused. When I got huffy about it, he kind of laughed and patted me on the head. I also remember exactly what he said. That would so work for Marielle as well. Just pat her and she'd get completely flustered and she'd forget what she was asking. Boom, who knows, maybe I'll get a peek at them one of these days. Although if I play my cards right, you shouldn't ever have... Ah dear. Oh wow, he must have already been preparing for what might happen to him in that case. That's the way he was talking. Then we could probably rule him out, taking a notebook with him to Creil. The CID also apparently swept through his place and couldn't find any real material of note that he left there, either. He had to have either given it to someone else to hang on to, or stashed it somewhere safe, like the underground waterway that we couldn't get into. We better be able to go down there, because I'll be so annoyed if we don't. Which brings me to my next question. Can you think of anyone he would have left that notebook with? Or anyone who might know where it would be? Again, it's okay if you don't know anything definitive. Any leads you have would be great. It would just jolly. And just to be clear, I don't mean other brokers like Bermotti. I'm talking about other sorts of acquaintances he had. Right, of course. Let me think. Based on what Mr. Cunning told you. Easy now. Wait, could he have... You think of something? Maybe. I could be completely wrong, but I can't rule it out either. Basically, when Dingo was alive, he would sometimes cover, the adult industry for Meld magazine. Aaron? No. He did? That's interesting. Guess that comes with being a tabloid reporter. What's the adult industry? Doesn't every industry have adults in it? Yes, Fairy, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Oh, she tilted her head as well. You're so cute, Fairy. Headpats for Fairy. Yes, everything she does deserves headpats again. It's code for grown-up stuff. Certainly more grown-up than his wake up. Than his wannabe protege here, that's for sure. Wow, that's some mega blushing. That's not just blushing, that's like she's on fire, my god. Anyway, one time I confronted him about it. Oh, flashbacks. Ooh, oh, she's so cute. She's blushing there as well. Do you really have to cover such sexual stuff in your articles? If readers demand it, it's our job as reporters to give them what they want. Plain and simple. Plus, it's a way to get information that can help shut down some of the nastier illegal places run by the mafiosos. Oh, okay. I guess that makes sense. Just like that, she's happy. Say, out of curiosity, do you ever visit those sorts of places yourself? Not Dingo. Huh? Only when I need to for work. Lately, I've been too busy to go to any places like that myself. I've had to lean on one of my old contacts a lot to get what I need. Not exactly ideal when my job is supposed to be to report on things I see myself, but it is what it is. Fair enough, I guess. You sure won't hear me complaining about... Oh. Complaining about what? Nothing at all. Anyway, who's this contact you mentioned? Her. She's a woman who operates underground, runs a handful of outlets. Pretty talented, all things considered. She. Contact is a woman. Oh my. Yeah, why does that matter? You know other women? Oh my god. You got to introduce me to her. It'll help me write better news articles. Yeah, she's gonna dig up any dirt she can on this woman to try and ruin her. Only she gets Dingo, okay? Which I agree, I like Marielle and Dingo, so I'll be happy with that. Unfortunately, Dingo said it was too soon for me to be going to a place like that, and that there is a nightclub in the Black Light District, isn't it? Maybe he means that, and that was that. Looking back on it, there's only one part of town he could have meant when he said she worked on the ground, huh? Yes. Yeah, I think that one goes without saying. We're going back to the Black Light District. Not only that, I think I just might know the woman he's talking about. Never would have guessed those two had any history. He was talking to that Jaeger woman as well a lot down there. But just goes to show it's a small world we live in. I certainly remember there being a business that fit the bill when we were down there. Yes, we went there and it was quite funny. Does that mean we're going to the Black Light District? Yeah, who knows if we'll turn anything up down there, but it's worth a shot.
Hey.
Sorry.
You guys?
God damn. Stop dying.
I want to go with you. Could I? Please?
Yes, of course you can, my darling. I like Marielle so much. I don't know. Yeah, it gets kind of dangerous in the Black Light District. Yeah, there's lots of stabby stab. And there's Lindsay as well, we've got to worry about. Oh, I already know how dangerous it can be. Believe me. But we're talking about Dingo's notes here. What's inside them matters to me, too, you know. I mean, it's only fair, right?
Who knows? Maybe you'll get a peek at them one of these days. Although if I play my cards right, you should never have to.
Oh, I'm so annoyed he died. He could have been such a good recurring character, but... It makes sense for the story, but I like Dingo. She does have a point. What do you think, Van? We could have seen like some more Dingo Ren shenanigans in future games and stuff, but... Alright, you can come. You did give us some valuable info. That's only fair. But you got to promise me two things. One, you'll stay behind us down there. No, she should stay in the middle. Because the back ones die first, right? In horror films, and the front ones. So the ones in the middle, safest. And two, you'll carry your own weight and help us out, too. Deal? Deal. Thanks, fam. I promise you won't regret this. No. Please be playable in combat. You're not going to be, but please. Guest character. No, I want to play as Marielle. I wanted to like take pictures and it's like a really epic camera and it like kills stuff. But no, I can't have anything in life, can I? No.
Okay.
Sorry, the music just consumes me. It's so groovy. I've been listening to this song actually off game as well. It just gets me amped, you know what I'm saying? Where do I go? The map always confuses me. So it's the strip club, right? I think. Yes, it is. I'm pretty sure. Is it you? Yes, it is. Boo. No, okay. I don't ever go into these sorts of places. I actually have never been in one of these. I don't know anyone who has either. I don't even know if there's any remotely near here. It's just not a thing. At least in my age group or people I know, but... Don't know why I'm trying to think of this. There isn't... No. I mean, it's always Amsterdam, I guess. That's pretty famous for it. Anyway, yes, let me ask you something.
Let me ask you something.
Yes! God damn, this is a good damn day, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, it's... you. You know, I thought I knew you well, but I had no idea you and Dingo went so far back. Level with me here. You're the one helping him investigate Almata's illegal adult business, weren't you? Oh, yeah, that's right. You must have worked together for, a decade, I want to say. We both had to keep it on the down low in order to operate freely, though. He and I had known each other since we were both up in Messeldom. That long, huh? Guess that makes sense. If you don't mind me asking, how did the two of you, you know, meet? Calm down, Marielle. Don't get jealous, okay? Oh, it wasn't anything special. He was a newly minted intel broker, and I was your common whore. Can I say make it ends meet on the streets. We had a nice little thing going. He buy information, I coax from my clients. She did the bumping uglies. And I'd buy him, and I'd do him some favours in kind. He scratched my back, and I scratched his. Nice. Huh, this is all news to me. Can we assume that Dingo hadn't started doing any reporting work back then? God damn. More or less, I will say, for an errand boy working on the ground, he had a certain naivete to him back then. Maybe because he was still so young. I had an acquaintance who worked at a local paper. Remember, he was pretty intrigued about that side of things. I also mentioned it was 8 years ago when I made the move to Edith and set up shop down here. But before I left, he gave me some top secret information as a passing gift. Ooh, on his book maybe. His intel and his connections have been a huge help to me. Heh, leave it to the Lady Killer to smooth his way into the underground. He really helped a lot of people while he was alive, didn't he? Yes, he did. That he did. Big ups to Dingo, god damn it. Later on, after everything went down in Messeldom, that's when he ended up drifting into town. Personally, I was happy to see him make a clean break and get into a better line of work with better people. You never know what life has in store for you. Maybe the goddess took a liking to him and threw him a bone. Maybe so, yeah. Sorry to interject, what happened to him in Messeldom? I didn't know anything about that. I wish I could tell you, honey, but it's not really my place to say. That all happened after I left, so I heard things through the grapevine. So I know that him and Van are very similar, right? Must have had similar-ish experiences. But I think they said that, didn't he? His bonding event? That they had similar experiences? I can't remember. But I won't leave you empty-handed. If you're looking for his notebook, I've got some information I'd be happy to share. Ooh,
Tasty.
Got the music. Really? You do that? Oh, thank you so much. Just to clarify, we're looking for this black leather notebook he used to carry around. You've seen it before, I take it. Sure have. He'd been looking for a place to stash it away. I offered to hold on to it myself, but he turned me down. Can't blame him for being so cautious when he was going up against Almata. But I did hear him mutter about asking someone for help on his way out of town for a piece. That was 3 days before everything went down in Creil for reference. Holy cow, what timing? It's got a ring shop. On his way out of town. I just smacked my mic like super hard. Please don't break. That's rather specific. Actually, now she mentions it, how did Dingo get to Creil? Do you have any ideas, Van? Hermes? Maybe. He had this tiny ass car, but he never drove it all that much. He was always paranoid of people following him. Usually he took a train or bus when he had to go out the sticks. Probably flew a bit from time to time too. I don't know what he did here. Airship, maybe? Because we haven't seen a single airship. I mean, Jingo was here, right? Wasn't she here? I think. Same. We're talking about a guy who knew all their tricks by that point. He might as well have just been moving randomly. He sure as hell wouldn't take something as obvious as a public transport. Norman Almata had eyes everywhere, including your walls, ladies and gentlemen. Seriously, they're in there. Exactly. I think we can rule out his own car too. That would have carried its own risk. Thinking realistically, he probably would have... Don't make me choose. I have no idea. Oh god, let me read the things and see. He wouldn't take something as obvious as public transit. So, that's none of this, right? I mean, taxi, that rules that out, right? You think? That's public transport. Rented a car? Oh, balls. So he didn't like driving, so I don't think it will be the car or the truck, right? Because he was worried people could follow him like that. Then that's also a car. That's... This is as far as I've gotten in the... I'm not going to say the minutes because it would be embarrassing. I don't think he rode a bike, did he? He didn't say... That means actually him riding a bike. That doesn't sound like him hitching a ride on Hermes' bike, right? Oh. There is a taxi man. I always made a joke of him saying he was the fake taxi man because he looked like... because of the naughty films, yes. He looked like he did a lot of people favours. And was always happy to help people on the down low as well. So it might be the taxi. You know, the Italian dude with the glasses? I say Italian, he didn't talk, but his accent in the words looked like... It's between these two, I think. I know I ruled out taxi at the beginning, but now I think about it, I don't think it hits a truck. Doesn't like... Oh, God. Talking about a guy who knew all their tricks by that point. Might as well just been moving randomly. That does... None of this helps. Oh my god, what? Thinking realistically... I mean, the most realistic one's a taxi, right? Seems the most... I don't think you'd rent a car. Oh, I don't bloody... None of this is helpful. Is there anything further up? I don't know. Train a bus, that's not an option. He had his tiny ass car, but he never drove it much. He's always pouring out. Paranoid people following him. There's nothing. What? Where's the hint? There's no hint, right? Is it really obvious and I'm missing it? So I think we've got to be realistic. I think that's a hint. The realistic option would be the taxi or renting a car. No, because Almata was on to him, right? So I don't think he'd hitchhike, because that person he hitchhikes could be an Almata goon. I have no idea. Oh my god. None of this is... It's something that Almata wouldn't think of, I think. Oh, bollock. Let's just pick a taxi. It's the only one I can think of that's not ridiculous, right? Because he said real... The only hint I've got here is realistically... I don't think he'd rent a car, because he's still on his own, and he can still get tailed like that. But then he could get tailed in a taxi. I can't see Dingo riding a bike. Oh, let's just do taxi. I don't know. I've been here for 10 minutes. I don't know. None of them make sense. I think the chances are pretty good a guy took a taxi. Did I get... Was that a 1 in 4 guess? Sure as hell ain't cheap, but it would have given them the lowest profile and the most flexibility. Would it? Would it do that? They blend right and... Oh, that's true. It wouldn't stand out. But then a rented car wouldn't stand out. Oh no, I guess the taxis blend in because there's lots of taxis, right? Let's assume I got it right and move along. Oh, good thinking. Yeah, I know, right? I totally didn't whiff that. No, you might be onto something, Van. I know. I'm just so smart. Taxis are pretty commonplace, especially for people heading out of town. There's no way Almata could have been monitoring every single taxi. That was what it was going for. Okay. Now you said it, it's really obvious. But it was not obvious in that moment. Anyway, could be monitoring every single taxi running in Eden. So let's say he did take a taxi. What kind would he have taken? Probably one of those independent ones instead of a company taxi. I think it's the that Italian dude. That does make sense. That would have allowed him... That's the only taxi we've seen, pretty much. That does make sense. That would have allowed him to move much more erratically, thereby throwing Almata off his trail. Sounds like you guys have your next lead. I have no idea who the driver could be, unfortunately. Maybe it's one of his friends. My guess is he has a driver he hired on the ridge. Someone he could trust. That rings any bells for you, sweetheart? You look. You know something? It actually does. Remember Dingo would sometimes hail a taxi to get to a reporting site. He mostly took one that had this black and... It's an Italian dude, right? Checkered pattern around the bottom. The driver was an eccentric... Yes, he was, from what I recall. Oh, wow, that's a really good info. Glad you're able to remember that. I'm so amazed we completely... There was... I'm sorry, this is just... I need to know. None of this was helpful, though. Right? It's not just me looking at this. He probably is. You probably all get it in one. None of this says taxi, but oh well. We got it right, so... Shit it. We'll have to look into that once we're done here. Anyway, thanks for the chat, mistress. I'll pay you back sometime. Oh, I bet you will, Van. I bet you will. Yes, thank you so much. You have no idea how grateful I am. Oh, don't mention it. Oh, Dingo that much. That said, you can always repay me by coming back here to play, you know. Don't forget that. Aaron, no. You know what he's thinking. He's immediately going to come back here. But yeah, Dingo would tell me stories about you two sometimes. The punk-ass sprig and a newbie reporter he had befriended. Do hope you're able to track down his notebook. There's anyone out there he'd want to inherit it? I would imagine it'd be you two. Oh, thank you. We'll do our best. We're sure as hell going to try. Be wasted to just let it go after doing all this work for it. How does I don't understand how that was tagging. A taxi with black and yellow check. We know who that is, Van. Trust me, I know. I know exactly which one that is. Had no idea Dingle was regular in it. If I see that car out by Central Station, yes, he is. He's always there. I guess I got that bit right. the bit that's not an option I got. Oh well. See that car out by the central station a lot. Driver's probably out for lunch now though. Let's check the food stalls first, see if we get lucky. God, I'm just so bloody lucky in these games. I have Marielle's luck. I've guessed so many. I've got a lot of them wrong, which is why I might not get the final reward. But for the amount of times I've guessed, I've been quite lucky for some reason. Anyway, let's move along, shall we? Yeah. We're coming, Dingo.
Off we go.
Yes. Hello there, Mr. Is it Giovanni? I just say Giovanni because that's like the most Italian name I ever, right? Giovanni, Luigi, Mario, you know what I mean.
Something?
Oh, you're here, but there's the red exclamation mark, which is here. Also, did people disappear? No, there. Well, I guess we check first, right? Ooh, it's a nice taxi though, right? That's a proper nice looking taxi. Sorry, I'll get back on it. Boom! Oh, that car there has a checkered pattern. That's gotta be it. That's the taxi. That it is. It even says taxi on it. Good job, Marielle. You're so smart. The driver's gotta be close. Let's sniff him out. I wonder where one could be. Yes, he's up here. I know, I'm weird. As always, don't judge me. Come on. Please, let's end this on a high note, please.
Let me ask you something.
Yes! You say that to an Italian as well. Feels right. Oh, well, if it isn't a big boy with a cute girl hugging his arm. Thank you. I am a big boy. I'm a man now. My mum says so. Never thought you'd ask me about that name and notebook. One that's never seen, huh? Ah! Looks like we found our guy. So word is you were scratching Dingo's back every now and then. Hey! Easy now. Yep, I may not look it. I used to run all over the Republic, taking odd jobs on the down low. You look exactly like the person who would do that. You look exactly like the type that, sorry. I was on this smuggling run once, and bam. I bumped right into him. That's how we met. That must have been, 10 years ago. Perfect. Dingo would have been around 20, I think. Alright. So do you know how he got tangled up with Almata back then too? Oh, my boy, do I ever? Ooh. That was what led him to ask me for help out of the city that day. I stuck him out just like that. It wasn't a very good lockdown, was it? Because we got out really, super easily by just lying to the police. And now this dude can just sneak out. Homies can sneak out, everyone can sneak out. Not very good lockdown. He hopped on a bus for Creil, and that was the last I saw of him. Yeah. In retrospect, I shouldn't have done it. Shouldn't have let his dumbass do that. Mike, move out the way. It wasn't your fault, Giordano. I was close. Giovanni. Giordano. Don't beat yourself up over it. You weren't the one who killed him. It was Almata. Not even Dantes owned that. The shit hill. Nice. Aaron's always comes in with the good little insults. You're right. Yeah. I heard he got what was coming to him at the old capital. I bet Dingo's laughing up there, and Happy Karma came around for the bastard. We were the karma. We were. Hope it makes him feel better. He really regretted being the guy's broker in his past. Dantes really wasn't the same guy once he took over. Huh? So that's his background, huh? Not trying to justify him, Dantes used to have a good rep on the streets. He had a code, and stuck to it. And that let people trust him. Like, he was... Yes, he was absolutely insane and evil. But I mean, compared to the Melchiors of the world... Not bad, right? Ish. No wonder he ended up so popular. How much everybody hated the head honcho before him. You got Dingo hook, line, and sinker. Dingo was his informant. Fed him the info he needed to bring the old guy down. Now in its stead, we have this monster he built. Damn. A monster, huh? I suppose that fits him. I'm not too privy to what happened beyond that, so I don't want to speculate. You know a lot for just a mere taxi driver. I know you're very helpful to him, but you know more than Van does. If you're looking for Dingo's old notebook and you think I've got it, bingo. I'm super weird. I had a coffee. No, I had a cappuccino for the first time in like 5 years. Maybe that's what's doing. Maybe I'm like super high on stuff. I don't know. Please, please have it. Well, I'd love to give it to you, but I'm afraid I can't. Oh, why not? That's super rude, Screenshot. Why not? Is there something you wanted done first? What? Pretty boy say it was for your eyes only? Well, he told me to keep an eye out for this Spriggan guy and a newbie reporter. If anything happened to him, he wanted me to give this here key to whichever of you two I bump into first. Ooh. Oh, it's a scavenger hunt. Oh, such fun. Coin locker key. Locker key? I don't think have we ever seen lockers? I don't know. Oh. So what is this key for? Looks like a key for a station coin lock. Oh, station. Oh, that makes sense. There are lockers in stations sometimes. Like you'd see around the subways. Spot on. Said he stashed it in the easiest locker he could find. Not sure what he meant by that though. I have no idea which station it's at. There's only a few of them in it. Got it. The easiest locker he could find. Where would that be? Don't make me choose. Don't make me pick. Well, that about gives it away. Oh, could it be the one by Van's office? Probably. Let's head on back and take a look. Thanks a bunch, Giordano. Maybe I'll make it up to you with a joyride one of these days. When I feel like it. Oh. You just call me anytime you're placid and I'll be your DD. Designated driver. I've never needed to use a designated driver. You don't believe me, do you? I'm doing dry January though. Doing dry January and I'm doing well. I'm on day 7. I know, a whole 7 days. But you should be proud of me. All I had for you was that key, big man. I am a big man, thank you very much. Finally, some compliments here. You just make sure you find whatever it was Dingo wants to get to you. I will, Giordano. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Thank you. I was about to say, where's the station? But there is actually one over here, right? By the board. I only just remembered it. This is a proper cool looking station, isn't it? Just really tucked in. You could barely notice it. That's a cool station. You're always here. This is a cool station. I like that. Have I checked this? Yes, I have. Boom, let's go down. Well, not really. Wouldn't actually go down, but yeah, well. That key we got from the driver probably goes to one of the coin lockers here. What do you say? Should we check what's inside? Oh. That good? Does that sound good? Probably sounds disgusting, I might, but I wanted the voice actor, yeah? Well, yeah, we're going to do it. We have done everything apart from the bonding events, but I don't think this is going to move us on. If it does, I have saved, so yes. Absolutely, I'm ready. Okay, let's head in. We actually going down there, or is this going to be like green words? Marielle and the others found the coin lockers tucked away in the corner of the subway station. They located the one that corresponded with the key they held, finding a black leather notebook inside. Well, that was pretty simple, right? It's not bad. The group then proceeded to move to a quiet location in order to inspect the contents of the notebook. Yeah, I was going to say, just go back to the office, yeah. Aww. Oh, why do you always play this song? It's like it wants me to feel things. This is something, alright. Didn't get to talk to Dingo much. I've got to do it. It's just such a good drop. Never gets old. I know for a fact that he was an outstanding man. Indeed, not as anyone could pursue Almata to the degree he did without the backups. It was probably his way of making amends for the role he played in Dante's rise to power. These notes mention how the previous boss's family was murdered too. Even they didn't get spared. He was very thorough, old Dantes. That's what. Look away, fairy. Don't worry about it. You don't have to look at it, fairy. It's okay. Such a heavy burden for him to carry. But that wasn't his fault. He couldn't have known that's what would happen. I can't imagine he felt like he could be in the public eye anymore after that. And that's why he took me under his wing. A good-for-nothing rookie. It appears he compiled quite a few notes about the ringleaders who took down in the ration as well. Gotta try and put the manly voice on for Bogard. Yeah, let's take a look. I thought I had to choose them, but no, we have to go through everyone, okay? Boom, Violet. Violet, gender female. Age 20. She's only 26? My god, I thought for sure she'd be in her 30s. Originally from a minor noble family in the Quadas region. Nailed it. Central East. Her family fell into bankruptcy after Quadas. Nailed it. Annexation by Valis. Viola herself being sold off to a wealthy merchant so they can make ends meet. Yeah, she had a very tragic backstory. Like, she was abused very, very heavily. She soon fell into the hands of a criminal organization that was targeting the merchant. Though initially nothing more than a plaything and object of pleasure. This is why I spared her, because she went through hell for like her entire childhood and teen life, I should say. So I felt sorry for her. She eventually managed to oust the boss, and we wrestle control into her own hands. Her brutal leadership reputation precedes her. Understandably, right? You'll treat her like garbage. When 2 years later, the group tried to expand their influence in Calvard, they caught the attention of Almata. Conflict with them was brief, as they were quickly obliterated by Dantes, to whom Viola swore loyalty afterward. As a consequence of her turbulent past, she's incredibly dependent on Dantes, which might be the reason she harbours a fierce rivalry with her fellow Melchior. Yeah, they never got on, those two. She constantly tried to shoot him, which I don't blame her, and I wish she succeeded, but it was funny. Their positions equivalent within the organization. Then the body of her needle gun was produced by Super sussy Mr. Zektarms. The full piece is not a part of their official lineup. Further research regarding the organ of a weapon is needed. Ooh. This is kind of like an overview of what we learned in Orashison, right? Alexander, gender male. Okay, 35. That's a bit more what I was thinking. Born in the former Principality of Northumbria in northwestern Zemuria, big words, he was 5 years old when the Salt Pail appeared, sowing chaos in his homeland. Him and his father, then protectors of the ruling family, fled alongside Prince Balmond when he fled the country. Spent most of his childhood and adolescent years in the free city of Tazlem. Again, I wish the anime was better than it was. I wanted to see Northumbria in a bit. Still triggers me. Trained by his father in the traditional military arts of the homeland, he helped serve them until the ripe old age of 25. My god. Though his life was soon thrown into chaos. His father and he were both ordered to retake Northumbria, following the death of the Northern Jaegers figurehead, the current ruler since Prince Balmond's escape. Was that Sarah's dad or was that someone else? I know her dad was quite important. After their assault on the Northumbria's capital, Haliask, they managed to seize and control the city for a time, acting as its effective government before being overthrown by the Northern Jaegers. This ensued a massacre of the remaining civilians in Haliask, mandated by the Creil's former Prince Balmond. Standing in opposition with one another, Alexander and his father duelled to the death. Alexander emerging victorious before withdrawing from the battlefield. Though his current whereabouts are unknown, it is believed that Prince Balmond was swiftly and secretly executed by the Northern Jaegers following his capture. So it's just perfect timing. Wandering from one call to another, Alexander was eventually scouted out by Dantes himself and brought into a leadership position within Almata. Though outwardly austere, and restrained, he's merciless in combat, sparing none who dare cross him. Yeah, he blew people up with his gauntlets. It was kind of insane. His ultimate goal being the search for his final resting place. He has rejected any attempt at persuading him to leave Almata, and we didn't give him his final resting time, did we? Ha! Sorry. Despite the mechanized gauntlets he wields not being part of their official lineup, it does appear that they were developed by Zect. Zect is so like the Black Workshop of Calvard, right? Massive doubts on them. Olympia, gender female. Okay, she was 19. I felt like for sure she'd be like younger than that, but whatever. Little's known about her, although she allegedly hails from a remote village hidden in eastern Zemuria. Rumors say the entire village was comprised of heretical puppeteers who worshipped a doll made in the image of an angel. I like the angel. I'm so annoyed she didn't join us. I guess she was a bit evil and she killed a lot of people. But I was kind of hoping we'd have our own, our own Altina type deal. Though thought to be an artifact of some sort, the doll was looked after by a medium. The village's gruesome customs mandated that those close to the medium were to be offered as sacrifices. These sacrifices spared no one, not friends nor family. Those swollen tragedy befell the village, leaving Olympia and the doll alone to wander the continent after the demise of all they knew. Multiple records suggest instances of criminals being slaughtered when encroaching on the wandering pair. Yeah, that we heard all this. She was later inducted into the Gardens, the assassin organization, and made overseer of the Garden of Arum, though it appears she's been mostly left to her own devices after being invited by the other overseers, these including Melchior and the Emperor. And turn the page. If I were to guess, the incident that took place in her village led to her and the angel developing a psychologically interdependent relationship, resulting in her autonomy and emotional expression diminishing. There's so much reading and my voice hurts. In light of the crisis that's made the Guardians join forces, so we have a chance to reclaim that lost capacity, albeit an incredibly slim one. Ooh. Ariok, gender male. He's old. Aaron, that's an actual old person, okay? Not Van, who's 24. God damn it. In contrast to the known confirmed leaders of Almata and Garden Overseers, eyewitnesses reports of him are few. What we do know of him, the Garden of Rust Overseer, is that he's a very dangerous man, clad in heavy armor. I do like his armor. I wish Van could wear it, it looked dope. Much of the information about him stretches belief, including how he was supposedly born in a different time period altogether, over 150 years ago. If he was, he said, to proceed from the mythical holy Iskan Empire, an enormous nation believed to have laid just across the Tian Shan and Ishgor mountains to Calvar's east. Breathe. This empire is presumed to have vanished following calamity 130 years ago. In its heyday, 9 groups served to protect the royal imperial line. Eastern resources indicate that he was a warrior who represented the Rahu, a tribe of white descent hailing from the west. I'm inclined to believe it's all bullshit, but in an age where immortals like the Lance Maiden can exist in Erebonia, he even knew about her. You're weird. You are incredibly good, Mr. Dingham. Can't rule out the possibility of there being some truth to it either. Whether it's true or not, evidence must suggest that his armor and his strangely shaped battle axe might be artifacts. Considering his joining the Gardens and the stories claiming his immortality, this might be highly likely. On top of that, he's the primary suspect regarding the Eisen Shield's annihilation. Add some suspense in the outskirts of Creil, though I still can't state that for a fact. More information's needed. You're actually right on the money there, Dingo. You were absolutely right. You guessed correctly. Oh, God. Melchior, he's only 21. Yes, that makes sense. Oh well. One of Almata's 3 pillars, and quite possibly its most evil and sinister member, yes. The one we didn't get to kill, so thanks for that, Falcom. Anyway, he doubles down as the Garden's ringleader and an overseer of the Garden of Siphons. Melchior's skills don't fall behind any of his artifact-wielding peers, being highly skilled in the use of the Orbal Net, and being capable of infinitely spawning and freely controlling explosives. Beyond that, he also acts as Almata's main strategist and Dante's right-hand man, and confident, and possibly his... I did say that as a joke, right? I kept calling him Dante's simp. He was weirdly obsessed with Dante's, right? Like he was a beautiful angel and la-la-la. That would explain a lot, I'm saying. Though his past is shrouded in mystery, his origins might trace back to the same organization, the Oathbreaker. One of Ouroboros' Anguis also comes from. The Order of the Moonlight Horse existed since the Middle Ages, where the Oathbreaker sat among its top brass for the longest time, before losing to Ouroboros and switching sides. He's an entirely different matter and a major threat. I feel like he's going to be not the main bad guy, but I suspect he's going to survive till 3, which would be annoying. I want him to be dead by the end of Daybreak 1, but what are you going to do about it? Wrapping this back around, Melchior might have been a direct subordinate of the Oathbreaker, before going on to take the scattered remnants of that infamous cult. If that's true, that would make him something of a prince of the underworld. That's quite a cool title though. For someone as powerful as him to idolize Dante so much, nothing short of ominous and concerning, to say the least. Well, they're lovers, right? Makes sense. Another thing that concerns me is him staying in Creil's vicinity, following the Eisen Shield turning to ghouls. Creil's not just some sleepy village with beautiful vistas. More than a touristic hot spot, it lies stuck between several forces working from the shadows. Also happens to be one of the few places in northern Calvard with sizable eastern and central eastern population. Knowing the source of Amana's financing, actually I'd rather not speculating if... Oh! Ooh. But he didn't know about... Well, he said he didn't know about it. Elaine's dad. But he was a massive R-word. And blowing up a different type of people. I don't want to say the word. So I don't think blowing up and then saying that word is a good for YouTube. But blowing up a different type of people, I think her dad wouldn't be too upset about that, shall we say. Because he's a douche. Is that it? Oh, now Dante's. Ooh, secret. Oh, you ready? I like this. I like the backstory. Gerard Dantes. How are you only 34? I thought for sure you're like 40, 50 or something. If I let my feelings take the way, Dantes could fill every single page in his notebook. It's not a night where I'm not overcome with regret. This notebook is not meant for my personal thoughts. Most things I've come to learn about him and his life are at least a little eyebrow raising. Him being a member of the DG cult before joining Almata. Go away here. Being related to Calvar's old royal family. Perhaps even a direct descendant. So basically Dingo was right about all of it. Obviously he died before Irration stuff happened, but he was right about everything. The tales of his sword are equally as hard to believe. A gigantic blade of black and silver. And we didn't see it get destroyed. We didn't take it either, so I suspect the sword is still around. Artifact hidden by the royal family. This demon blade was the instrument with which he slew Enrique, Almata's previous head. None of these tales are to believe. Their true purpose is to strike fear into the hearts of those who hear them. To make Dantes nothing short of the living manifestation of shadows agony, true fear, as you like to say. Deep as the abyss and equally as alluring, his unquenchable thirst for true fear is what draws many to him, seductive and enchanting. It's earned him many loyal followers, especially Melchior. Ooh, where does such unfathomable hunger come from? A new hypothesis surfaced recently, which might finally explain the things. Its source, however, is a little unusual. I'm not particularly keen to take it at face value. That's neither here nor there. The more pressing matter is his goal in Bethel, and that him and the others might have been after something else. The big boom. His true goal, I imagine, true fear. Sorry, I like it when he says that, it's funny. The want and need to bring about true dread and terror to the masses. He wasn't able to achieve it even with the help of the genius, but that will not put a stop to him. He'll stop at nothing to achieve his mission. Looking into this matter should take priority. Regardless, he sure managed to pull a fast one on me and Barbad. Where is the fluff coming from? There's nothing... Sorry. I was distracted by that call. That's no excuse. I should have seen through him much sooner than I did. But I try as he might to stay one step ahead. I'll forever be hot on his heels. Damn.
At this point, I've worked out how I'm going to get everything recorded, as well as how to leave these notes behind.
He probably big brain this. He had this all worked out.
Now comes the real showdown with him. It's going to be the biggest gamble I make as both a reporter and an information dealer. If, by some sheer miracle, I make it back in one piece, I'll absolutely be following up on those theories I've written about.
Today, every single theory you had was correct. So,
I can already
that's
imagine
something.
the hell I'm in for with that dope of a Spriggan and that cub reporter. I really do worry about her. But you know what? At the end of the day, that's just part of the fun.
Oh, I think he did like Marielle quite a lot. I do think they would have got together had he survived, I guess. Close notes. Well, that was awesome. I screenshot the book. No, I was too slow. I'll get it in editing.
Dingo!
You dumbass. Who's the real dope between us, huh?
This dude was totally nuts. How the hell did he find it in him to go that far? I can only imagine his love and care for others spurring him on to gather this much information. He was both a clever and kind man, and he wasn't just trying to make amends or settle a score. Don't doubt he generally worried for everyone's future. It goes without saying, but it's true a shame he was taken from us far too young. Oh, don't cry, Fairy, you'll make me cry, goddammit. I'm so glad you two were able to find his note. Likewise, it must have been the will of the goddess. Damn. Once Marielle collected herself, the party drove her back to the Tyrell Times. After reporting their success to Editor-in-Chief Cunning, easy now, they got back to work. As for Dingo's notes, once the contents were copied, it was decided that Marielle would hold on to the originals for safekeeping.
That takes care of that.
Well, that was... Oh, poor
Looks
Marielle.
good to me.
Poor... Oh, I got it right, didn't I? I got the taxi thing right. Pure luck. Boom. Finally, we're making over 7,000 mirror, but the problem is everything's more expensive. So it makes no difference, but... Oh, I'll take it. Ooh, Chaos, come on. I want Chaos level 4, man, just because... This triggers my OCD seeing 443, you know what I'm saying? There it is, okay. You okay, Van? Huh? Oh yeah, I'm fine. Just thinking, is there something bothering you? Guessing the stories about the gangsters and the matter of remnants are on your mind. Yeah. If Bermotti, Jack, and Killiker were all talking about them, then it's definitely worth mulling them over. We heard something interesting while following up on Dingo's case as well. You're talking about how they were spotted in the Tyrell district, right? Please say we can go down that waterway. I've been wanting to do that for so long. Oh yeah, now you mention it, that is kind of work. It is very, it really is. Maybe we should drop by Tyrell, just in case, you know? Not a bad idea. Can't hurt to jet the area out again. We can probably rule out the busier parts of the district. Same for the area near the restaurant. That's run by Hui. Additional mandatory investigation point has been added in Tyrell district. I'm assuming that's the end of the daytime bit, right? So I think now is time for the many bonding events. Thanks. Also, well, I'm going to do these three, obviously, because I get the stars. Did we do a bonding event with Jack and Hallie? I honestly can't remember. I'm so sorry. I can't remember. I think we did, because we got a start. So I can get an item from them, probably. Fee's last one. Nina's last one. And then I got an extra point, so it doesn't really matter. They're both max. I'll give it to Yums, because Yums is my favorite. And that is the end of that episode, Legend. Wow. that was incredibly lore-filled. That may or may not be attached to the other Force G, depending on how long it is. I'm trying to aim episodes to around about an hour or less, preferably less, because obviously these games are long, okay? And even if I did an hour an episode, it's probably still going to be 100 parts from start to finish. So that's going to be the goal for the next game, is around about an hour. Let me know if you like the idea of that, or if you want longer or not. Because I used to do like 20-minute Force G episodes, right? And it just dragged the parts out. We could have been done with this like a month ago. So that's the plan from now until the future. But yes, anyway, let's get back to it. If you like what you saw, feel free to like, comment, and for God's sake, subscribe already. I want to get to 1 billion subscribers. Is that too much to ask? I don't think it is. And I'll see you lads and ladettes in the next one, where we do the bonding events, right? Yes, and then it's the Trails district. Wait a minute, I just want to see. Is it?
Off we go.
Is it actually the waterway? I want to... Yes! Finally! Oh my god. Wait, there's I didn't talk to the receptionist, quite funny. Finally, that's been triggering me for so hard. But anyway, yes. See you guys in the next one. Charles!